So, how's everybody doing this beautiful Monday morning? It is December the 12th. I wanted to do that because I want to timestamp this video so that I can keep up with them. So, this is December 12th. It's a Monday morning. In my time, it's about 9 o'clock. This will probably be posted somewhere between 9:15, 9:30. If you notice that I keep looking this way, it's because I have some notes written in some different places. Plus, I have a few items that I'll be grabbing to show you. So, if you saw my video Friday, you know that today is going to be the day that we discuss the overview of the benefits for crystals, stones and crystals. I want to start this video by saying there's a ton of different stones and crystals, all of which have different benefits, metaphysical benefits for us. I want to also say that this is not some type of hocus pocus stuff. And what I mean by that is if you're a Christian, you should believe that everything was put here by God. That includes stones and crystals. You should also believe that they were put here for us to use. That is a side of which I come from personally. Now, you don't have to be a Christian. You don't have to believe in God. You don't have to believe in anything. But I encourage you to try it and see how you feel. Because there's many people that are very attracted to stones. They have a physical benefit to stones. Whether it gives them energy, whether it gives them a sense of protection, whether it gives them a sense of wealth or knowledge or any of that kind of stuff can come from stones and crystals. I know that if you're joining this video, you might be a little more on the skeptic side, and that's fine. That we have plenty of people that come in that are very skeptical, and for good reason. A lot of people aren't raised to carry a stone in their pocket for protection, right? So I understand, and that's why I want to at least express the knowledge and the research that I've done to maybe give you a chance to consider it. That's the main thing, just to think about it, maybe give it a shot, go see your local crystal or stone shop, send me an email, give me a call, that's fine too. By the way, we are located in Lawrenceburg, Kentucky. Our shop is AUM. You can find us on Facebook at AUM. You can also follow us on TikTok or Instagram. It's all one word, all lowercase, AU Metaphysics. I post videos every day. Not always, educational videos. Some of them are, but not all of them. Some of them are just our daily classes or events. But still, it's interesting to keep in touch. So, let's move on into some of the benefits that you can get from crystals and stones, okay? And one of the reasons I'm doing this video is there's been quite an uptick in people interested in the knowledge for stones and crystals. They want to know why people like me use them. What are the benefits for stones and crystals? And because of this uptick in the wanting to know about them, that's why I wanted to go ahead and do this video. Not only that, but even me, I don't know everything. I don't know everything there is to know about stones and crystals. So it helps me to dive in and do a little research, do a little investigating on my own, and I encourage you to do the same. Don't just go by what somebody on YouTube's saying. I want you to look into it as well. But I do encourage you not to just go online and Google a bunch of stuff. I want you to physically go and feel some of these stones and crystals yourself. Excuse me. You'll find a local crystal shop and just walk in. Maybe have a couple questions that you can kind of tell whether that owner knows what they're talking about or not. Because I would hate to see you go into a place that's just, a big box store that really doesn't have the knowledge or the fortitude to want to help you. Go to a place that knows what they're talking about. Normally a small independent, family-owned type business like ours is the best one to go to, because they're the ones that are going to put the effort out to help you. So that's why I say you can listen to me, but it's still the best idea is for you to do what you need to do to physically see them and touch them. That's what I'm saying. So some of the quick benefits. Like I said, I only want these videos to be about 10 to 15 minutes long. So we're gonna do a big overview, but it's not gonna be a huge in-depth overview. That'll be later on when we start looking into the individual crystals, which I will be doing as time continues. As the days go on. So some of the most popular benefits: health, wealth, love, protection. Now you might be saying, well, what do you need protection from? Well, think about this. Have you ever woke up in a great mood and you're at home, you get yourself ready, you're just ready for the day? Maybe not. I know Mondays like today can be kind of tough, but some days you wake up and you're like, man, I'm ready to face the day. And by the time you get to work, you are drained. You are completely down on the day. And you wonder, like, man, where'd all my energy go? What happened? Well, it could be that you came across some very negative energy. Like I said, if you're skeptical, I get it. But I know everybody's had that feeling before, and you can't figure out why you went from ready to take on the world to the world is now kicking me, taking me down. And it very well could be that you've come across some negative energy. There are crystals that have the benefit of protection from that type of thing. I personally carry a black tourmaline tumbled stone in my left pocket for that exact reason. Excuse me. I wasn't coughing at all. Today, now I am. So that's the kind of protection that I'm talking about. But let's talk about health. Good stones for health would be like a quartz, jasper, an obsidian, an amethyst, or bloodstone. For wealth, you have tiger's eye, which I actually carry too. I have a pendant, and I also have a tiger's eye ring, a citrine, a turquoise, a sapphire, or a jade. For love, you have a rose quartz, which makes sense when you see it. It's a pinkish color, plus it's called a rose quartz. Rose, kind of synonymous with love. A moonstone, and a ruby. Those are kind of the four. Well, I didn't do the protection. Black tourmaline's really the one I know for protection. I didn't really dig into protection too much because health, wealth, and love are the main three that people seem to be after. A lot of people are not aware of even that stones provide protection, which they do, and there's quite a few that do. Black tourmaline is just kind of my go-to one. So there's an example of some stones that are good for health, wealth, and love. So how do you go about, let's see here, lost my place, sorry about that. How do you go about finding the right stone for you? Because like I said, those are just a few. We have over 300 different stones here in our shop. How do you know which stone is the one that's right for you? Well, the way you go about doing this is the first thing you want to do is identify what you feel you're missing before looking into what the stones can provide for you. So let's say you're after something, let's say you're after wealth. That's an easy one to deal with. You're after wealth. You want to bring in money. That's the case with most people, right? So you want to bring in money. You want to give this a shot and see if the stones can help you. You go into your local crystal shop on your mind knowing that I'm looking for a stone to help bring me wealth. Then you take a look at the options they have. Before you even read which stone is good for anything, what I would suggest you doing is just kind of clearing your mind, thinking about what you're missing, the wealth, and then see if there's a stone that catches your eye. Okay, so this one is not for wealth. This one is actually for health, although we'll get into quartz a little later. It's actually for a lot of things. But let's say this one catches your eye. This is a clear quartz. And you pick it up, and the paper says that this is good for health. Not wealth, but health. Do not put that stone down thinking that it's not going to help you. There is a reason why on your mind this stone caught you while you were thinking of wealth, and that's because that's this stone telling you, this is me, this is what I'm here to do, and this is why I'm here to help you. Once again, if you're skeptical, I get it, I know, but I'm telling you, it can work. So that's an example of how you would go about finding your stone. With that on your mind, looking through, finding. Sometimes people don't see it by look. You got to touch them. You got to feel them. Sometimes you'll hold them up and they'll either pull you or push you back. And depending on what you're looking for, that could be the one for you or not. So there are people that when they pick them up, they get a tingling sensation. And for some people, that tingling sensation means no, and for some that means yes. It's a process of elimination. You have to get to know yourself, and that's another good benefit about stones. It helps you figure out more about yourself because you have to pick the right stones. It's a nice feature as well. It's almost like a what do they call that? A unknown or unknown benefit, maybe. Anyways, it's a benefit that also happens to help you out in the long run. All right, one more thing I'm going to get to before we close out this video. So, when you go into a crystal shop, you're going to see a ton of what is called tumbled stones, like this one here. Ours in particular, we have 5 bookcases full of nothing but tumbled stones. Like I said, we have over 200 different types, from almost microscopic to some that big. But even more than that, you can also find them in something like this shape. This is a pyrite, fool's gold, in a pyramid shape. You can find them in jewelry, like the Sleeping Beauty turquoise, my tiger's eye pendants and ring. You can also find them in something like this, which is really cool. This is an amethyst tree. It's a shape of a bonsai tree, of course, with an amethyst cathedral in it. Very beautiful piece. An amethyst is one of those that is good for health. So if you have a family and you're wanting to promote good health, something like that might be better than just a tumbled stone. You keep that in your house so everybody is around it and not just you with a tumbled stone in your pocket. One more benefit, well, there's more than what I'm even covering, but this is another cool one, and that is a water bottle. You can, move the metaphysical properties of stones through water as well for intake. There are some stones you can put directly in your water. Now, I would not suggest doing that until you know the proper stones, because some of them can be toxic, some of them can break down, and some of them just aren't that good for you. So you have water bottles like this one, where when you unscrew the bottom, you have a kind of like what you would call a chip pod, because these stones also come in these little chips, but it's a pod with the stone inside, and it's all glass. Make sure you get glass, not plastic. Do not buy plastic water bottles, well, period, but especially if you're going to do something like this, you want to make sure it's glass. And these are interchangeable, so you don't have to, you can get different pods for the different effects or benefits that you're wanting. This one here happens to be Shungite, which is an awesome name. That is not one that was covered in what our benefits were, but this one is a Shungite. You can get it for any kind of stone you want, and it is a glass water bottle where you can literally absorb the benefits of these crystals through that. So, and one last one is stones are also used for divination. This one here happens to be a rose quartz on a pendulum. So stones are used for so many things, it's almost impossible to cover in this quick of a video. Well, it is impossible to cover in this quick of a video. But that's a quick overview of some of the benefits and why you might need stones and crystals in your life. There are so many more reasons than what I just discussed in this video. The most important thing is for you to figure out yourself. Figure out what it is in life, just one thing that would make you a little better. Whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's love, whether it's keeping negative energy away, whatever the case might be. Those happen to be the 4 most popular ones, but whatever might be going on, find something that you need and then pursue and try. Tumbled stones are not that expensive. For instance, I think we have our tiger's eye for like $3, and it's a pretty good sized tiger's eye. So let's say you're looking for wealth. $3, you put that in your pocket, it could change your life. It's not, and you're not going that far out of your way either. I would not suggest ordering crystals offline. There are some people that do. A lot of them end up coming in here and finding out they're fake. Unless you could put hands on them, and also without seeing them in person, how would you even know that was the stone for you? Like we discussed earlier, finding the right stone to help you with your benefit. If you're ordering offline, you're not feeling it, you're not seeing it, and you're not even knowing if it's real. Here, we can prove to you that they're real. All we got to do is show you under a little seeing eyeglass that we got, and we can show you that they're real. There's no secrets to that. Where when you order it offline, it's just a lot more hassle. I know it seems easier because you're just hitting a button, but there's many people out there, a lot of skeptics that say this doesn't work, and a lot of them bought their stones offline, and they didn't even know that they weren't real stones. So I would suggest maybe not doing that, is what I'm saying. It's not that expensive to go buy a cheap tumbled stone and give it a shot. But like I said, the main thing is to figure out what you need in life first. Figure that out, and then make the trip and find your stone. If you come to a shop like us, trust me, you come in and you tell me, look, I'm needing something to get rid of. I'm having constant health issues. No matter what I do, I have health issues. I'm looking for a stone that can help me. First thing I'm going to do is tell you what I told you earlier. Have that on your mind and look through the stones. Then if that doesn't work, I'm going to go through the list of stones that are known the best for helping with health. And then we get to feeling and seeing if there's any kind of pull or push or tingling feeling, anything like that. That is what a local shop will do for you. A good local shop. That's why I suggest going there. Don't just go online. Don't just go to, some big Hobby Lobby where they got some beads and think that that's going to help you. It's the shortcut, and shortcuts hardly ever work. So give it a shot. It might not work for you. That doesn't mean that nothing works for you, but maybe this doesn't work for you. But you'll never know until you give it a shot. Since I've started carrying this black tourmaline, it has done nothing but help me with, believe it or not, depression. I had really bad depression for several years. Since two things. Taking vitamin D helps a lot. Give a lot of credit to vitamin D. But I was still having some issues. Started carrying the black tourmaline, nothing. Every day I wake up ready to go. Some days I'm a little tireder, but I have no depression whatsoever. And this is the worst time of year for most people. It always has been for me. This time of year, seasonal depression is very hard to combat. I haven't had a single issue. Not one. Since vitamin D and the black tourmaline's been in my pocket. I don't know. Does it work? Seems to work for me. So that's why I suggest giving it a shot and seeing maybe it could work for you as well. I hope everybody has a blessed rest of your Monday. Like I said, I'm going to try and do one of these every morning. Tomorrow we're going to get into a certain crystal. Like I said, if you're interested in knowing about a certain crystal, make a comment down below and let me know. Because I'll put that on my list, and that's one of the first ones I'll get to. If not, if I don't get any, then I'm going to move on with the ones that I think are the most important and should be the most known about, to some of the more out there type of stones. So tomorrow would probably be a quartz, which is the most popular one, unless I have somebody comment wanting to see something different. I hope everybody has a blessed day. I know I've said it before, but I truly hope that you have a blessed day, because it would be a shame to waste a day. Get out there and give it your all. I hope everybody enjoys it. From Aaron here at AUM, thank you.